Hi, Soraya. It's me. It's your Aunt Em. I'm gonna read you some more of the book, A Bear Called Paddington. Okay, we're up to We're reading chapter 4 still. Okay, and we're gonna finish up chapter 4 right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. They both said Paddington and rushed after the detective. Miss Brown clung to the detective's coat, and Judy clung to Miss Brown as they forced their way through the crowd on the pavement. Just as they reached the window, a tremendous cheer went up. I might have known, said Miss Brown. Paddington! Exclaimed Judy. Paddington had just reached the top of his pyramid. At least it had started off to be a pyramid, but it wasn't really it. It wasn't any particular shape at all, and it was very rickety. Having placed the last tin on the top, Pennington was in trouble. He wanted to get down, but he couldn't. He reached out a paw, and the the mountain began to wobble. Pennington clung helplessly to the tin, swaying to and fro, watched by a fascinated audience. And then, without any warning, the whole lot collapsed again. Only this time Pennington was on top and not underneath. A groan of disappointment went up from the crowd. "Best thing I've seen in years," said a man in the crowd to Miss Brown. "Blessed if blessed if I know how they think these things up. Will he do it again, Mummy?" asked a small boy. "I don't think so, dear," said his mother. "I think he's finished for the day." She pointed to the window where the detective was removing a sorry looking Pennington. Miss Brown hurried back to the entrance, followed by Judy. Inside the shop, the detective looked at Pennington, and then at his notebook. "Blue duffel coat," he said. "Green woolen beret." He pulled the beret off. "Black earrings. I know who you are," he said grimly. "You are Pennington. You are Pennington." Pennington nearly fell over backwards with astonishment. "However did you know that?" he said. "I'm a detective," said the man. "It's my job to know these things. We're always on the lookout for criminals." "But I'm not a criminal," said Pennington hotly. "I'm a bear. Besides, I was only tidying up the window." "Tidying up the window?" the detective spluttered. "I don't know what Mr. Perkins will have to say. He only dressed it this morning." Pennington looked round uneasily. He he could see Miss Brown and Judy hurrying towards him. In fact, There were several people coming his way, including an important looking man in a black coat and striped trousers. They all they all reached him at the same time and all began talking together. Paddington sat down on his case and watched them. There were times when it was much better to to keep quiet, and this was one of them. In the end, it was the important looking man who won because he had the loudest voice and kept on talking when everyone else had finished. To Penitent surprise, he reached down, took took hold of his paw, and started to shake it so hard he thought it was going to drop off. Delighted to know you, Bear, he boomed. Delighted to know you, and congratulations. That's all right, said Paddington doubtfully. He didn't know why, but the man seemed very pleased. The man turned to Miss Brown. You say his name's Paddington? That's right, said Miss Brown, and I am sure he didn't mean any harm. Harm? The man looked at Miss Brown in amazement. Did you say harm? My, my dear lady, through the actions of this bear, we have had the biggest crowd in years. Our telephone hasn't stopped ringing. He waved towards the entrance to the store, and still they come. He placed his hand on Paddington's head. Barkridges, he said. Barkridges is grateful. He waved his other hand for silence. We should like to show our gratitude if there is anything in the store you would like. Paddington's eyes gleamed. He knew just what he wanted. He'd seen it on their way up, their way up to the outfitting department. It had been standing all by itself on a counter in the food store. The, the biggest one he'd ever seen, almost as big as himself. Please, he said, I'd like one of those jars of marmalade, one of the big ones. If the manager of Brokerage felt surprised, he didn't show it. He stood respectfully to one side by the entrance to the left. Marmalade it shall be, he said, pressing the button. I think, said Paddington, if you don't mind, I'd rather use the stairs. That's the end. That's the end of chapter 4, Soraya. Okay? Next time we'll start reading chapter 6. Okay? Bye bye for now. Lots of love and kisses.